Once upon a time, in a land called Egypt, a bedtime story unfolded from the pages of an ancient book called Exodus. It told the tale of a courageous leader, a people yearning for freedom, and the power of faith and perseverance. In the land of Egypt, the Israelites, descendants of Abraham, found themselves in a difficult situation. They had become slaves to Pharaoh, the ruler of Egypt, and their lives were filled with hardship and oppression. The Israelites cried out to God, praying for deliverance and longing for a better life. In the midst of their suffering, a baby boy named Moses was born. His mother, fearing for his life, placed him in a basket and set him adrift in the river Nile. Miraculously, Pharaoh's daughter discovered the baby and took him as her own. Moses grew up in the palace, unaware of his true heritage. As Moses matured, he learned of his Hebrew roots. One day, while witnessing an Egyptian taskmaster mistreating an Israelite slave, Moses felt a burning desire to help his people. In a fit of anger, he struck down the Egyptian and buried him in the sand. Fearing for his life, Moses fled from Egypt and found refuge in the land of Midian. In Midian, Moses settled and began a new life as a shepherd. One day, while tending to his flock, he encountered a miraculous sight, a burning bush that was not consumed by the flames. From within the bush, a voice spoke to Moses, declaring, "I am the God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob." God revealed his plan to Moses, telling him that he would be the one to lead the Israelites out of slavery and into the promised land. Moses was hesitant, unsure of his own abilities. But God assured him, saying, "I will be with you. I will give you the strength and wisdom you need." With newfound courage, Moses returned to Egypt and confronted Pharaoh, demanding the release of his people. However, Pharaoh's heart remained hardened, and he refused to let the Israelites go. And so, God sent a series of plagues upon Egypt, each one more powerful than the last. The river turned to blood, frogs covered the land, and a swarm of insects plagued the Egyptians. The livestock fell ill, and the people suffered from painful boils. Hail and locusts ravaged the crops, and darkness descended upon the land. Yet, Pharaoh still refused to release the Israelites. Finally, God declared the most devastating of all the plagues, the death of the firstborn in every Egyptian household. To protect the Israelites, God instructed them to mark their doorposts with the blood of a lamb. When the angel of death passed through Egypt, it spared the homes marked with blood. Overwhelmed by grief and fear, Pharaoh finally relented. He allowed the Israelites to leave Egypt, no longer holding them as slaves. With their belongings hastily gathered, the Israelites embarked on a journey of liberation. Moses led them through the Red Sea, which miraculously parted, creating a path for them to cross on dry land. As they journeyed through the wilderness, God provided for the Israelites, guiding them with a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. He nourished them with manna from heaven and quenched their thirst with water from a rock. Though the road was long and filled with challenges, the Israelites remained faithful and resilient. They reached Mount Sinai, where God gave Moses the 10 Commandments, a set of moral laws to guide them in their new life of freedom. Through the story of Exodus, children learned the power of perseverance, the importance of standing up,